dreaming about?
Nobody.
Yeah, this nobody wouldn't have to be an artist, would he?
Julie.
An artist?
Yeah, his name's Jack.
Don't listen to her, Robert.
No. I care about my stuff. I want to hear details, lots of details.
Yes, it is for the good of the practice, Kathy. If you can overlook a boiling kettle, God knows what you'll do with your next acupuncture deal.
Well, he's a good friend of Steve's, and he's talented and funny and a bit of a hunk. Well, he's a lot of a hunk. But I didn't realise he'd made such an impact.
Sort of crept up on me.
Great. When am I going to meet him?
You're not.
Why not?
Do you want the awful truth?
I think I can take it.
He's not interested. He said he'd phone and he hasn't.
You could ring him.
No.
Well, you want to see him, don't you?
Yes and no. I mean, perhaps it's better to cling to the illusion. Can't be that good. Not if he's walking around loose.
Only one way to find out.
Yeah, I suppose so. Still, in a post-feminist world, it's hard to know the exact protocol.
Post-feminist? Dear Lord, I thought feminism was as bad as it got.
Well, my advice is play it cool. Wait until morning tea, and if he still hasn't rung, try desperation.
Pit stop. We'll let the backup crew do something.
Well, McCarthy.
Harrison. Feel like a game of squash?
Don't think I'm up to it.
It's a cheap excuse.
Take him through here, Alex. You all right?
He's got AIDS, hasn't he? How did he catch it?
Can we talk about this later?
I want to talk about it now.
No, I can't, Michael.
No, I'm not a kid, you know. I can't
I
handle
know
it.
that, okay? It's just that I...
Just what?
I can't.
Takes a lot.
Michael. Hi, Mr. Dawes.
Well, you've got a nice, juicy chest infection to top everything off. And if it isn't pneumonia again, it soon will be.
Told you. Yeah.
He knows all right.
God, the way you two are carrying on, you'll try and stick me in hospital next.
Yep, got it in one.
Oh, no, you don't.
Mark, you're bloody sick, and you know it.
I'm not going in there again. I've got his bag in the car. Traitor.
Stop being difficult.
It's always difficult. He practices in front of the bathroom mirror. I just can't go back in, that's all.
Why not?
Because I've only just come out and I'm sick of their stupid plastic pillowcases.
Take your own pillow, then.
It's Alex's birthday on Thursday and
Now that's a cheap excuse.
like hell it is. I've booked us into the most expensive restaurant in town.
Look, you can always go there when you get out.
It won't be the same.
No, this way you'll be breathing.
Oh, drama queen.
Call me anything you like. You're being admitted.
Look on the bright side. You might be out by Thursday.
Fat chance.
Do you want me to let your mother know?
No, what?
That you're going in?
What the hell for?
Well, so that she'll be ready to come into town if she needs to.
Oh, come on. I'm not that bad.
It's a precaution. You know how quickly things can go
Oh,
wrong.
just don't, Steve. She wouldn't cope.
Neither would you.
Exactly. I mean, what's the point?
Just a suggestion. You can't put it off forever.
No, just until I slip into a coma.
How is he?
His temperature's way up. I've paged Dr. Watts.
Mark? Mark?
Do something. Just do something.
Would you mind waiting outside?
Why are you always trying to get rid of me?
Come on, Alex, it's all right. Come on.
Mother, I want to stay.
Dr. Watts will speak to you as soon as she's finished.
Come on, let her do a job. Come on.
Shit! What's going on?
He's not responding to the antibiotics.
Well, change them.
We've got to give them time. I've increased the dosage. That should help control it.
Isn't there anything else?
I'm sorry.
So bad.
Hey, chin up.
Thanks. We should think about ringing his mum.
Not the dreaded Irene.
Alex, we've got to. I'll do it.
Have you met her?
Yeah, she's not that bad. We stayed with her a few times while we were at uni. Stayed up all night playing solo.
She doesn't speak to me, you know. If I answer the phone at the flat, she pretends I'm the cleaner.
It's your efficient phone, mate.
It's my jumping into bed with the sun.
How much does she know?
Mark hasn't done the full confession, but she knows all right. He was almost cut out of the will for suggesting we meet.
It's hard for her, Alex. I'm sorry, mate, but time has come. Like the walrus said.
You're late. Still upset about this morning?
No.
Look, Michael, it just so happens we had a couple of patients, and well, I couldn't talk about Mike in front of them.
Well, it doesn't matter.
No, it does matter. Now, what did you want to talk about?
Nothing.
Well, what did you want to talk about this morning?
Mum, I can't even remember.
Michael, I'm trying to be understanding. Now, what do you want to know about Mike and Alex? Does it worry you that they're gay?
No.
Then what is it?
Mum, all I wanted to know was how they caught it. If it was a needle injury or what.
It was what?
That's what I thought.
Hey, Jules. Any news on the...
Not a whisper.
So much for post-feminism.
Shh, William.
I know what all the fuss is about.
No, no.
What are you two up to?
Nothing. Sorry, nothing.
Robert wants to know whether a certain someone has rung you, or failing that, if you have rung him.
Well, have you?
Not exactly.
Meaning no.
Meaning I'm building up to it.
Well, are you going to or not?
I'm not sure.
Pre or post, it doesn't seem to make much difference, does it?
What the hell?
Irene!
Steve! How are you, you old card sharp?
Oh, you fleeced us, if I remember.
Yes, but you put up a good fight. You really didn't need to go to all this trouble, meeting me like this.
Thought it might be easier.
Who for?
Put it this way, he doesn't know you're coming. He's been too sick.
How is he?
Well, he's better this morning, but...
Well, let's get moving.
Irene, you do understand, he's got a lymphoma. It's a particularly nasty type which occurs in 2 to 5% of AIDS patients. He's had to have chemotherapy. And now he's got pneumonia. He's taken a real battering.
I don't need mollycoddling, Steve. I see more than my share of sick people. And I looked after Mark's father at home by myself till he died. Now I've come a long way and I want to see my son.
Okay. Here, let me.
Hey, don't look so worried.
You gave us a bit of a fright.
Yeah, didn't mean to.
Sure. Sure.
Mum.
This is McCarthy.
Hi. are you?
What are you doing here?
Can I come to see my own son?
This is Alex.
So I gathered. You look...
You think this is bad? You should have seen me last night.
He's much better. He'd want to be.
Sorry, I feel a bit...
Do you want a chair?
No, I need some air.
Why?
Do they what?
They have cancer too.
AIDS, Irene. They have AIDS.
Oh. Is he gonna die?
He's responding to the treatment, so not now and not for a long while, we hope.
Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, I thought I was ready. Oh, I feel so stupid. You tried to warn me.
Look, it's all right.
No, it's not all right. I didn't realise his hair. It's almost gone. His skin is so thin and his arms, a strong wind and they'd break. I almost didn't recognise him. He looks old.
You okay?
Oh, yes. Yes, I'll be fine. It was just a shock.
Guess we've had a bit of time to get used to it.
Oh, I don't know how. But thank you. Thank you for asking.
We were a bit worried.
Oh, about a tough old thing like me.
I'm afraid so. So, where are you staying?
Oh, I don't know. Gordon, Mark's brother, and Jenny, his wife, they'll expect me to stay with them, but they live so far out. I want to spend as much time here as I can.
It's difficult, yeah.
I thought I might book into a motel close by, but well, I really can't afford it. And Gordon and Jenny, they'll pick up such a fuss.
Well, you could always stay at the flat if you felt...
With you?
Well, if you could bear it.
Oh, no, really, no, I couldn't put you out like that.
Well, you wouldn't be putting me out. I mean, there's a spare room, and as long as you don't sing in the shower.
Oh, he's terrible, isn't he?
Awful.
Well, he doesn't get it from me, I promise you.
Why don't you stay with Alex?
Oh, no, really, I couldn't.
I don't know. I think it's the perfect solution.
What are you sure you don't mind?
It's okay.
Well, I might just do that.
Good. Yeah, well, I'll take you around when you're ready.
Yeah, thank you. Oh. Now I've come to see Mark, so I better get on with it.
You sure you're going to be okay?
Thank you.
Are you two okay?
Why?
You just haven't badgered me today, that's all.
Oh, I told you we've given up.
Pity.
You haven't.
And?
We've arranged to meet.
And? When and where, Kathy? When and where?
I can't tell you that.
Why not?
Because I don't want to jinx the night.
Since when have you been superstitious?
A long, long time.
Congratulations.
So, here we are. Well, your room is through there.
It's lovely. And quite clean.
I do know which end of a feather duster to plug in.
It's very kind of you to have invited Steve round.
Yeah, well, I'm looking forward to it.
I tell you what,
as a thank you, I'll whip up something really nice.
No, you're a guest, Mrs. McCarthy.
Irene.
Irene.
No, that's all right. I love cooking.
So do I. I've already worked out a menu.
Oh.
So I guess you want to unpack?
Yes. Yes, of course.
We just assumed you'd stay with us.
Jenny's already made the bed.
Oh, it'll be easier this way, don't you think? Much more convenient.
Don't look at me. Wasn't my idea.
It was Alex's.
Really?
I don't mean to be rude, but you don't really want to stay with Alex, do you?
I think I can manage, despite the fact that he won't let me into the kitchen.
Well, it's your choice, I suppose.
He can manage, you know.
Oh, I'm sorry. I can't help it.
You must be hell in restaurants.
I am. Gordon dies of embarrassment.
What do you think of Alex?
He's been very kind.
That's not what I asked.
It's not easy for me, Steve, being here. I want it to work, but please don't make it any harder.
There we are.
Oh, that looks great.
Is it what I think it is?
Grilled octopus.
Have you ever eaten it, Irene?
Oh, we don't get many in our dam.
Here. Try a piece.
I can't.
Of course you can. Come on.
No, I can't. What if the suckers stick on the way down?
Then you tell Alex it's underdone.
Oh, don't.
Come on, you don't get out of it that easily. Here.
Grilled octopus, for heaven's sake. You city people. What's wrong with a nice bit of roast beef?
Nothing. I love roast beef.
Then you must let me cook for you one night.
Well,
I do a lovely bread and butter pudding.
how can I resist?
You can't.
Well, if it's that good, you got to give me the recipe.
Oh, no, it's a family secret.
Oh, I tell us so.
Oh, sorry.
We'll see about that. Well, come on, eat your suckers before they get cold.
So how long have you been painting?
Ever since I can remember. I was always painting and drawing and sticking things on the fridge.
Kelvinator School of Art.
Exactly. I remember when I was 10 and wanted to post this letter, but didn't have a stamp. So I copied one onto the top right-hand corner and sent it off.
You're not going to tell me you fooled them.
Well, hardly. It was from Mozambique.
Mozambique?
I'm more interested than the Queen. But they delivered it anyway.
Really?
Well, that was a turning point in my life. I realised then that you didn't have to take the post office seriously. And once you realise that, well, it raises serious doubts about the water board and the school.
And the government.
And pretty soon, the world's your oyster.
I'm glad I got up the nerve to call.
So am I.
So why didn't you call me?
No reasons.
Like what?
I just thought it might be difficult.
Why?
Oh, look at you. Not my usual sort. Middle class, successful, attractive, a doctor no less.
What's wrong with being attractive?
Ah, not my style.
Well, what about you?
What about me?
Sloppy, artistic, happy, a bohemian.
Happy?
Definitely not my style.
Oh, what about attractive?
I suppose so. If I were desperate.
And are you desperate?
Morning. How is he?
Doing well.
Well enough to go home in a few days.
I said we might consider it. Just for the night, and only because it's special circumstances.
Thursday's Alex's birthday.
Lucky you.
Just remember, it's not definite.
It's definite now. I've got a witness.
So how are you feeling?
I can't tell you how sick to death I am of being asked that. I'm going to invest in a sign, a fluorescent one. It's going to go above the bed. It's going to flash, fine, fine, you can talk to me, or, not so good, try again later. Or, bloody terrible and save your breath.
So what's it on now? Try again later or save my breath?
It's off completely. I wonder how you are for a change.
Me? Couldn't be better.
Don't bullshit a bullshitter, Steve.
Not that transparent. Well, it's nothing major, just the usual.
Relationships.
Who needs them?
You do. You just find someone, will you, so I can die happy.
Don't, Mark. You're not going to die. Not for a long time.
If something happens, Steve, can you promise to take care of Alex? He's such a softy at heart, and he's no match for my mother and the rest of the family.
You're really hard on her.
She deserves it.
You are.
It's what I want and what Alex wants that counts, not what Mum and the rest of them are determined we should have.
I think you're underestimating.
You're the one who's doing the underestimating. Any promise?
Come on, you're being stupid.
If I'm being stupid, it doesn't matter. Humour me.
All right, all right.
You cross your heart and hope to do the thing we're not supposed to talk about.
Bastard.
There's no need for that. We like dust.
Oh, I might as well finish now I've started.
Irene.
I'm sorry, but I can't let my son come home to this mess. Not in his condition.
Have it your own way.
Happy birthday.
Let's make it one to remember.
How you doing with Irene?
Oh, fine.
Really?
Well, we fight over the kitchen, but that's only to be expected.
And who wins?
Oh, me, of course. Right, you. Up and out.
You won't get any argument from us. Come on, darling. There, no, I've got him. There. I made you a lovely bread and butter pudding.
Have you now?
And I can't wait to try it.
You're still trying to worm the recipe out of me.
I'll get it, too.
You wouldn't count on it. There. Now, you're right.
I'm fine, Mum.
Yeah. Just checking.
What time tonight? Warwick. It's supposed to be a surprise.
Sorry. Loose lips sink ships.
About 6.
See you then.
What's happening?
I've just invited a few friends around, that's all.
Look, all I said was I don't think it's a good idea. Not yet. Not till you're feeling a bit strong.
Mum, it's Alex's birthday.
Well, I'm sure he'd understand. Wouldn't you, Alex?
Oh, just disappear for a minute, will you? Oh, come on. Mum, this is our flat. Mine and Alex's.
I know that.
And if a few of his friends want to have a birthday drink, it's got nothing to do with you.
I was only trying
Then
to
stop
help.
interfering. I'm sick. Very sick, and we may not have long together, so just butt out.
If you want me to go...
We don't want you to go, but... I mean, for God's sake, he's going through hell.
He's not the only one.
But please, gentlemen, just try and understand that we have to do it our way.
What's this, a smile?
Happens sometimes.
Yeah, it seems to be happening to a few people lately.
See you, Jules.
Hi. Well, I suppose it must be going all right, or I would have heard about it by now.
I told you I don't want to jinx things.
Yeah, well, just remember to tell me first.
I promise. I wanted to ask about Mark.
Yeah, he got out this afternoon.
fantastic. I'll give him a call.
Mark, you're just out of hospital.
Thank God it's worth it. What about you, Irene? Another one?
No, I won't, thanks.
Sure?
Quite sure.
Oh, Arthur sends his regards. They brought him in not long after you left.
How is he?
Put it this way, he won't be starting any long novels.
I'll get up.
Steve, hi.
Hey, Steve.
Hey.
I was going to say hi to Mark.
You two are getting on well?
Yeah, she's really something, Steve.
Guess I'm used to it.
You sounded a bit strange on the phone the other day.
Oh, just caffeine deficiency.
Jack, come meet Mark and Alex.
Everyone, now I know it's Alex's birthday, but we'd also like to make a little presentation.
This is for you, in honour of your last admission.
That's terrible.
Oh, man. It's a joke.
It's not funny. My son is sick and you're treating it like some sort of game, like a reason to drink cocktails.
How else do we bloody treat it?
With a bit of dignity and a bit of remorse.
They're our friends, Mum, and we're enjoying their company.
Well, I'm sorry, but I'm not.
Let's go for a coffee, Irene. Eh? For all our sakes.
Do you want me to stop them?
At least this way you get to enjoy your birthday.
He was always such a good boy. I know that sounds stupid, but it's true. Always laughing and joking. Oh, he got into mischief, of course. What child doesn't? But whatever happened, I could always rely on him. That was it, I could rely
Come on, he's still pretty reliable.
Oh, no, not the way he was. When he was a teenager, he just cut off. He changed. Gordon did too, but not like that. Suddenly, I didn't know what was going on in his head. He was my son, and I didn't even know who he was.
My mother would say the same.
Oh, your mother doesn't know how lucky she is. And now, it's supposed to get easier as they get older, but it hasn't. I still can't reach him. And I feel cheated, really cheated. I've tried to be understanding. I've tried to fit in, and I can't. It's just impossible. They're twisted, and instead of being ashamed, they flaunt it.
Look, Mark and his friends, their sense of humour can be a bit black at times, but you've got to remember that this is a new disease. It's terrible and it's frightening, and no one understands it, and they're right in the firing line. And if a few black jokes help them get through it, then good luck to them.
Do you like Alex?
Very much.
Do you? Do you really?
I'm a bit worried. Mark is too, that he's not handling things very well. He's been a bit shaky lately, and if things get worse, if Mark runs into more trouble, then I'm not sure how he's going to cope.
I don't know how any of us are going to cope.
Some of us will be better at it than others. But do you want my honest opinion?
Oh, I don't have the strength for lives anymore.
I think he's the best thing that's ever happened to Mark.
Oh.
No, Irene, look, I fought it, and I know how hard it is to accept. But I've known Mark for a long time now, and I know it's true. And if I could find someone as good, half as good...
No, I've tried not to think this, but I can't pretend any longer. I think there's something wrong with him, with Warwick, with Carl, with a whole lot of them. And the sooner Gordon and I can get Mark away from Alex and their influence, the better.
Mark is never going to agree with you.
Steve, I haven't got any choice. I've got to do what's right for him.
Why did she have to do it, huh?
She's a mother. Needs an excuse. Who cares anyway? Thanks for a great birthday.
You're not, sorry about the restaurant?
Uh-uh.
Come here. I just want you to know that, the time I've spent with you has been the most happy time of my life.
Me too.
Really?
Haven't you worked it out yet? I love you.
She knows. She's had the room bugged. No, Alex. It's our flat.
It's all right for you.
It's all right for both of us.
Ooped. Hi.
I just want you to know I've phoned Gordon and Jenny and I'm going to stay with them.
Suit yourself.
I tried. Hello, Insomniacs Catering. How bad? Please don't panic, Alex. Just tell me what he's like. I know that. Just describe what's happening. I'll be there in a minute.
Irene.
Would you please wait outside? I want to see my son.
Look, there is a better way of handling this.
Please. Please, please go. Mark. How are you? I just want you to know, when you're well enough, Gordon and Jenny say you can stay with them.
We've spoken to the kids, and what have they said?
Yeah, they're happy. They're happy to move in together. And you can have the room overlooking the garden. Isn't that good, love?
Hey, it's all right. Alex? Mate.
Oh, I'm sorry. But it just doesn't stop. It goes on and on.
I better go. If you need anything, give me a call.
I'm not that far off. I haven't gone through all the stages. Besides,
Elizabeth Kubler-Ross would not approve.
How is he?
He's a bit better.
Oh, thank God for that.
You could have stayed in there with us, you know.
I prefer this
We
arrangement.
should go home, Mum, and get some sleep.
There's nothing that you can do here.
And I've got to go.
If something happens...
They'll call you.
They will, Mum. If you come now, I can give you a lift.
I better leave my new phone number. We'll call. If something happens, won't you?
Of course, Mrs. McCarthy. Fire away.
I'm sorry, but there seems to be some mistake. I'm Mark's mother. I'm his next of kin.
That's not what I've got here.
Oh, that's what I'm telling you.
I'm sorry, but it's up to the patient to nominate their next of kin when they're admitted.
And I'm sorry, but you'll have to change it.
She can't do that, Irene.
Well, she'll just have to.
Look, it doesn't matter now. We'll worry about it later.
Look, I'm his mother. He's my son. He's my son.
And it's what he wanted. Mrs. McCarthy?
You should be ashamed of yourself. Pretending to care when it's you. It's your fault. It's you. It's you who gave
Don't,
him this
Irene,
dreadful...
for God's sake.
You might as well have put a gun to his head and pulled the trigger.
I hoped we could avoid this, but apparently we can't. So just for your information, I did not give Mark AIDS. He managed that himself.
Oh, that's a lie. That's not true.
Tell us, Steve.
Steve? No, I want to know. I have to know.
It's true. Alex is negative. He's not infected.
Steve, you okay?
Yeah, is Kathy in yet?
Yeah.
Don't be ridiculous, Jack. Hang on a minute.
Don't worry.
Now, Steve, what is it?
No, it's nothing.
It's the first time you've wanted to talk to me all week. I want to hear it.
Just a patient. Didn't realise you were busy.
Steve,
What?
does it bother you that I'm seeing Jack?
Why should it bother me?
Just checking.
Look, right now I have got a hell of a lot better things to worry about than the state of your love life.
Steve, Alex is on the phone. It's urgent.
Hi. Easy.
Roger, you're gonna be late. Right. Like we're at uni.
Thought I'd surprise you. Don't try to talk.
I wish I'd trusted you earlier.
Me too, mate. Me too. Mark?
I'll do that.
You sure? You gonna be okay?
I think so.
How about a scotch?
Yeah. We have to organise the funeral.
Don't worry about that now. Get some rest.
Oh, I can't, Steve. Not till things have been sorted out.
Someone will have to speak to Irene.
Will you do that?
Isn't that how all this started?
I don't want to hear. Not now.
Don't worry. I'll fix it. Right. Now let's make this as quick and as painless as possible. As I understand it, Mark was quite clear about what he wanted.
Very clear indeed.
And what was that?
He wanted a short memorial service, followed by a long wake.
Well, let me make it clear, right from the start. Mark is going to have a proper funeral.
You mean in a church?
That's exactly what I mean.
But Mark wasn't a Christian.
Well, I'm sorry, but I am. And he was brought up in the Catholic faith. And I couldn't live with myself if he wasn't buried properly.
But that's not what he wanted. Why insult him?
Show some pity, for heaven's sake. I gave birth to him. I fed him. I brought him up. Doesn't that give me some right to a say?
I'm going to suggest a compromise here. I know this isn't exactly what Mark wanted, but I think it's close enough. What about 2 services? A small funeral for the family, then a service for his friends, followed by a wake.
Will I be invited to the church?
Will the family be invited to the memorial service?
Well, that goes without saying.
I won't be there.
But that's your choice. The question is Alex invited to the church? All right. Are we all agreed then?
I can't say I'm entirely happy about it.
Mark wouldn't be either.
I never knew Mark. Though raised a Catholic, he had moved away from any close relationship with the church. But I must hasten to say, it is not for us to judge the fate of any individual human being. Only God knows. He has full knowledge of Mark and has seen into his innermost being. And it is worth remembering at this time that Jesus welcomed the good thief because he repented at the last moment. We pray God will welcome Mark into his kingdom and will make him whole and number him among the elect.
Invite her again.
She won't come.
That's not the point.
You mean me, don't you? I'm the one who has to invite her.
Steve.
I'm very, very sorry, Irene.
Thank you. And thank you for coming.
Alex has asked me to stress that you're very welcome to come this afternoon. Mark would have been thrilled too, you know.
Not with my presence.
Haven't you realised yet just how much he loved you?
A strange way of showing it.
So did you, Irene.
Okay? Yeah, I'm fine. Good. Because you're on. Bit of shush. This is it. I'd like to present to you Alex.
He was bastard, wasn't he? Well, he was difficult. It's stubborn. Willful, impossible. And simply the most wonderful man I've ever known. You've no idea how long it took to pin him down. I know you all treasured him. To have been his lover was, well, it was a pleasure, certainly, but it was also a privilege. And I can promise you, without a doubt, there will never be another man like him.
My turn. I know that most of you have already had your lives turned upside down by this virus. I'd escaped, up till now. The day that I found out that Mark was antibody positive was the worst day of my life. What can I say? It's a waste. A complete bloody waste. To have lost Mark is, too awful for words. I'm sorry. I suppose it's just hit me.
Steve.
Leave me alone.
Steve!
Just leave me alone!
Let Alex handle it.
No, he needs me.
Kathy, please.
I'm sorry. I'm bloody sorry. I didn't realize. I've ruined everything.
Yeah.
I hope you don't mind. I tried, but I couldn't stay away.
Why should I mind?
Besides, I couldn't live without giving you that recipe.
Okay, take two. I'd like to propose a toast.
Yeah.
Which is what I was supposed to do last time. So if you'll kindly charge your glasses. We right? To Mark.
To Mark!
And a cure for that bloody virus.
How are you feeling?
As good as can be expected.
Any chance of dinner? Why are you doing this to me?
Because I feel like it.
Is that all you can say?
Yep.
Well, don't say I didn't try.
GP returns next Tuesday. J. Edgar Hoover, the legendary head of the FBI for almost 50 years, kept secret files on many of America's best-known public figures, including John F. Kennedy and Martin Luther King. What were his motives? And what was in those files? Find out in our ABC special, The Secret Files of J. Edgar Hoover, tomorrow night at 8:30. Coming up shortly, The Big Gig live from Melbourne. But first, Back Chat with Tim Bowden.